Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you're new here, my name is Holly. I make food and fitness content, and if you're not new here, welcome back to the channel. Guys, this is the triathlon vlog. In this vlog, I am going to be competing in my first ever triathlon. It's a sprint triathlon, so in T-minus 48 hours, I'm going to be swimming 500 meters in the open water, in the ocean. I'm gonna be cycling 20 kilometers, and then I'm gonna be running 5.6 kilometers. Very random distance. I don't know why it's quite 5.6. It's just the course that they've chosen, but that is what I'm gonna be doing, and I'm gonna be doing it down in San Diego. So I've never been to San Diego, so this is like a bit of an adventure, a whole new territory, kind of scary. I've definitely been going through a lot of waves of emotion this week. I think at the start of the week, I was feeling very anxious, and it all comes down to the swim. I'm feeling very nervous about the swim. However, I did my first open water swim at the beginning of this week, and just knowing that I've done that has made me feel more confident. I felt confident in the water. It's just a very different ball game. Swimming in a pool in a swimming costume compared to swimming in the ocean with a wetsuit, they're not the same thing. But I am just channeling positive energy. I'm gonna get through it. I am gonna do it. I have put time and effort into getting in the pool and getting my sessions done, and that's what I need to have faith in, the fact that I have done the work, and I just need to get through it on the day, and I will get through it. And aside from the open water swim, this week has been a bit more of a maintenance week for training. I've still definitely done a lot, but it's just not been crazily intense. I've done the open water swim, I've done a pool swim, I've done 2 running sessions and 1 cycling session. And that last session was completed this morning. I literally came back, showered, that's why my hair is still wet. And then I've jumped on the vlog to chat to you guys, because today is kind of prep day before we travel down to San Diego tomorrow on a full rest day, and then the triathlon is on Sunday very early in the morning, because we know that they love to do things super early in the morning in the US. I feel like in the UK everything's kind of like a 7 or an 8. We're going to be there at 6 a.m. so it's going to be like a 4 a.m. start on the day, which is fine because I think it's really nice. I'm going to be able to like do my first triathlon and then have the whole day to kind of rest, recover, and celebrate with my friends that are also doing it as well. So today's POA is getting packed and sorting out the boot of my car, because the boot of my car doesn't look like a very organized triathlete boot right now. It looks like an absolute chaotic mess. So that is on today's to-do list, but it's also packing, because you need a lot of things to do a triathlon. Like there's 3 different disciplines, there's transition zones, everything needs to be packed very carefully. Also, aside from that, around a race, your nutrition and hydration is so important. So I'm gonna be showing you guys what I'm doing before the triathlon just to help get me through it, basically. And that starts with hydration. So hydration over today and tomorrow prior to the triathlon, I'm gonna be drinking 4 liters of water every day with pink salt in. So this is very new. I have seen people doing this before, but this was advised me by my nutritionist. It basically helps your body absorb the electrolytes better if you have pink salt in your water. I don't know why pink salt specifically, but I'm on my 2nd liter of the day. I did forget to put it in my first, and I'm just gonna be putting like a pinch of, I feel like that would be enough. But I guess it's such a small amount that I'm not hopefully gonna be able to taste it. I can't, but in my head I'm telling myself that I can, because it's just like I know that I've just put it in there, but I definitely can't. And then also electrolytes morning and evening. So in the morning, 500 mils of water. This has got my creatine in as well, with an electrolyte tablet. And then in the evening as well, which is different, I'm going to be having an electrolyte tablet as well before bed. And my nutritionist was like, you will notice such a big difference. And that's not something I've done before. I've only ever taken 1 in the morning. So excited to see how that helps. And then food-wise, calories have been increased. I'm having an extra 500 calories. So I'm eating 2,750 calories today and tomorrow, just to make sure I've got plenty of fuel in my system for race morning. And then race morning, I'll show you guys how I'm gonna be structuring my meals before to make sure I have some energy, and like what I'm gonna be doing through the sprint as well. The next thing is packing. So I'm gonna get writing more things on my packing list, and then I'll join you guys when I'm ready to start laying it all out, because I feel like I need the visuals to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. So I've basically tried to go through it pretty like methodically, I guess. So we've got the swim first, in which I will be wearing my tri-suit, my sports bra, a pair of knickers, Then on top of that, I'm going to be wearing my wetsuit. I'll have my goggles, I'll have a swim cap that they're going to give me, but I'm going to take this one just in case anyway. I've got some Tri-Slide, which is basically like wetsuit lube to help it kind of like slide on and off. And then I've got a towel for the transition zone, because when I get out of the water over to the transition zone, I want to like dry my feet off a little bit, maybe like my body. I've also got energy gels, because I'm going to be having some of those throughout. Percy Pigs, sunglasses, my cap. If you can't tell, there's like a little bit of a pink purpley theme going on with my outfit. The cap is a necessity because you think I'm letting my curly hair air dry under a helmet and then in the air on the run. Like, I would be finishing that looking like a little frizz ball. So these are essential. And then I've just got my general kind of stuff for the rest of the trip anyway. My oats just like tucked away in between my knickers there because I'm gonna be staying in an Airbnb, which is good because I'm gonna be doing the majority of like my own cooking to make sure that I'm having everything that I need to be having. But I think that is basically everything. I now just need to put it in one big suitcase and then it'll be ready to go. But I'm gonna love you guys and leave you because I don't want to drag out this first portion of the vlog. Like, the triathlon's the exciting part, so I don't want this bit to be too long. But I'll join you guys in the morning for when we start our road trip to San Diego. Good morning, guys. So it's currently 8 a.m. We're gonna head off. We're gonna get in the car. I've got all my stuff packed up behind me. Everything is very colorful, which doesn't feel very me, but I'm going with it. Maybe I'm just in a colorful mood because I'm just so excited to go and get this triathlon done. Like, this morning I had this weird thought and I was like, am I making like a really big fuss about something that, like, you know, it's a sprint triathlon, so it's not a huge thing. I'm probably going to be out there for like 1.5 2 hours. Like, it's not, you know, an excessive amount of time or like a huge event. And I was like, am I making a really big deal about something that, like, you know, isn't that big of a deal? But then I was like, no, because if I think about running and I think about the best moments and core memories in my running journey, it was running my first 10K, it was running my first half marathon, not necessarily like the big marathons that followed that or like the bigger distances that followed that. Like, the core things are those technically smaller moments because they are so monumental at the time. And like, this is monumental to me. So even though this isn't, you know, a half Ironman or an Ironman, this is currently my Ironman. So that's what we're gonna be treating like. And I'm gonna remember this weekend forever. But yeah, I'm gonna jump myself in the car, get down to San Diego. The sun is shining. It is gonna be such a beautiful drive. It's gonna take about 2 hours. And then we've got this safety briefing / like packet bib pickup situation that we need to go and assess. I'm just pulling up to park at the bib collection. It's been a journey. It's been a 4-hour journey that should have been 2 hours. Part of the reason that took so long was because I did go to the wrong place. I did end up at an animal shelter and obviously I had to get out. And I did stroke some puppies because I couldn't leave without doing that. So essentially I only have myself to blame, but I am at packet pickup now. It is such a stunning day. I can't wait to like get out, stretch my legs, pick up my bib packet, pick up my bags and sit in the sun for a little bit. So I've got my packet. There is so much stuff in here and there's so much stuff to do. Like, I need to stick things on my bike and my helmet. So I think a little bit overwhelmed, but they're doing a talk over there. So I think I'm gonna go over and do the talk. Hi! So I think I'm gonna go over and do the talk over there. I also need to collect, oh, a swim cap. Hi! I think I need to get a swim cap.
You do?
Amazing.
What color do you need? I'm hoping it's orange.
I'm not sure. That would match the fit though, wouldn't it? Is it all blue? Oh, I mean, it still kind of matches.
Still kind of cool. So you want to take it over there, put your bib number on it.
Okay.
We're also doing a raffle for Solana Beach if you're interested.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Are you broadcasting? Right?
Not well.
Live?
It will be. Not live, no.
Oh. Which race are you doing? Which one do you do? Sprint or Olympic?
The sprint. What are you doing?
Olympic
nice.
aqua bike.
Oh, fun. Okay, it's my first ever triathlon.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, you have a nice accent. Are you from
thank
Australia?
No, I'm from the UK.
Oh, how's your training going?
Yeah, good. I mean, I did like so I do a lot of running, so I did like a 6-week block of triathlon training, and I did cycling already.
Is it with a group? Or?
No, so just with a coach that I work with.
Oh, you have a coach?
Yeah,
okay.
So fingers crossed, it'll be fine. I'm nervous, but excited.
What's your name?
Holly.
Holly, I'm Tom.
Nice
Good
to meet you.
And then the second time you go to the right where it says to finish, and then you go back all the way back down to reversing the course back to transition.
I'm at the Airbnb. We'll do a quick tour before, like I said, we'll do a run through of everything. This is so nice. I booked it so last minute. It's in Little Italy in San Diego, which I cannot wait to go and explore. It's got like, not that I'm really going to be out here much, but it's got a really cute little patio. And then literally the ocean is right over there. But it's very cool. It's very like loft style-y. Let me run upstairs. And this is the bedroom. View is so nice. And then just the bathroom, which wraps around here. I'm very sweaty. I've had to park like 10 minutes away and I feel like my hair is growing by the second today. Also ravenous. I have literally had a bagel and a banana. That's not good enough. I need to be eating a lot of food today. So, you know what? When in Italy, we might as well go and eat Italian. So I'm gonna actually do the whole like run through of everything I've just learned after I've eaten because I need to get food in me desperately. And you know what I forgot? Protein wafers. This would be the perfect moment for a protein wafer to tide me over before I go and have food.
You do want to add it?
Okay, so the plan was to cook my own meals today, but when you're in that state of hunger, there was no time for cooking. I went for a spicy chicken and avocado. I'm gonna be drinking 3 more litres of water before I go to bed with my pink salt in, and also electrolytes before bed as well. Just look. There is nothing better than a big sandwich. You can't tell me any different. Oh my goodness, that's incredible. I feel like a human being again after eating that sandwich. I was a woman on the edge for a minute then. So let's go through all of the things I've learned today. Obviously this experience is so new to me, like it feels so alien, and I'm sure like a lot of people watching this have never done a triathlon before either. And maybe this video will inspire you to try something new, try something different. So let me, as in-depth as possible, like run you through how it is so extremely different from a half marathon or a marathon, because that is all I know. And with that, all you get is one bib that you put on the front of your running outfit, and then you just run. You don't really have to think about anything else. This is a whole different ball game because obviously you're changing outfits, you're putting things on and off, so how the bloody hell are they gonna know where you are at all times? The answer to that is a tracker. So I'm gonna have this tracker wrapped around my right ankle tomorrow. It wraps around your right so it doesn't hit your bike gears. So this is gonna be exactly how they know where I am at all time and how I get my finishing time as well. You do also have a running number. So fun fact about these is that you can wear them throughout the whole triathlon. Obviously they can sit under your wetsuit. You only have to be wearing this for the run. So a lot of people get running clip belts where you clip your number onto it and then you just run with it. I have ordered one to this apartment. I'm hoping it turns up today. Fingers crossed, we shall see. If it doesn't, I'm just gonna have to wear this throughout, and the wetsuit should hopefully keep it intact, because basically what they were saying was you don't want to be faffing with pins in the transition zone. It's just going to take too much time. And for me, I'm not that fussed, but I want to be doing things fairly right the first time around. As well as that, we have a lot of stickers. So I am number 1104 tomorrow. These stickers are for my bike. So these two go on the actual bike. This goes on the front of my helmet. And the reason for that being is they need your numbers to get your photographs. There's going to be photographers throughout the course like there is with any race, so they need the numbers for that. You can also get penalties throughout a triathlon. So if you're not doing things correctly, which I'll go through when I talk about the transitions, you will get penalties, and they need to know your number to know whether you have a penalty. The penalty isn't just like added time on at the end, like they put you in a timeout. There's a penalty tent, and you basically, essentially, when you go into the transition, they'll be like, right, you have a penalty. You have to just stand in the penalty tent until they're like, okay, like time's up, you can go back out and play now. Like it's literally like the naughty step. The last piece that they use to recognize you is your swim cap. So this swim cap is blue. It basically correlates to my gender and my age that I'm competing with. So this will be like females aged 24 to 29 or whatever category it is that I'm in, and then everybody will wear different ones. Oh my goodness, it's getting so real now. So let's just talk about the course information that I learned today. We start off with a 500-meter swim. It's a floating start. What is a floating start, you might add? I don't bloody know. I learned this morning. A floating start is where you essentially start in the water. So you know when you see these videos, people starting with triathlons and they're all like running into the water. No, none of that. I'm gonna be in the water to start. So could be positive because I'm acclimatizing, could be bad because like where am I gonna get the momentum to like project myself in the water? I'm not really sure. So that is the swim, and then we just swim out to the buoys. It's basically all around, and apparently there is loads of people around. They were like, there's gonna be people on paddleboards. If you need to take a second and you need to hold onto a paddleboard, you are allowed to do that. Could very potentially be happening to me. Out the water into transition zone. The bike ride. The man basically informed us that there is a number of climbs on this bike ride. So it's a 20-kilometer bike ride, which I feel very comfortable with. I'm very confident I can do 20 kilometers. However, all of the cycling that I've basically done, every cycle I've done has been flat. I have never cycled up a hill. I cycle along the beach. It's very flat, it's very nice. So that is gonna be potentially what I'm now viewing as the most challenging. Not impossible, not difficult, it's just gonna be challenging. I'm just gonna have to really screw my head on. Then the run is really beautiful. It's all along the harbour. It's 5.6k, I've got that. Like, I just need to focus on like that part, and I'm gonna be whizzing through. So yeah, fun things to get through. I'm gonna lay out all my stuff now, just make sure I have everything, and then I'm also gonna like do a run through of the transitions with you guys. Welcome to triathlon transition practice from a girl completing her first triathlon. We are gonna be starting. I'm gonna have tri-suit on. I'm gonna have my wetsuit on. I'm gonna have my lovely blue swim cap on. I'm also gonna have my lovely goggles on. So let's put these on for effect. Okay, we've got all of that on. We've just swum. As I'm running, first thing to do is these do not come off, because apparently the first thing you're going to want to do is like goggles, hat off. Wrong thing to do because then your hands are full. First thing you do is, as I'm running to the transition zone, I feel so stupid doing this. As I'm running to the transition zone, wetsuit arms off, first thing. Then leg. You cannot throw your wetsuit over the rack. You get put in timeout. Lay your wetsuit on the floor, then goggles, then hat off, done. First thing, helmet. Just put the helmet straight on, is basically what they said, before you even touch the bike. Don't even look at the bike before you put your helmet on. Helmet on, clip the helmet on. Then, towel, dry your wet little feet. Use the water bottle from the bike, spray your feet, pat them, make sure there's no sound on them because I would have sensory issues if I did that. Then, socks, on, cleat, on, grab bike, find a safe place to mount bike because apparently some of these people are going to be like running and jumping on and I'm just not there. Cycle bike. Okay, we're cycling the bike. Oh fuck, sunglasses. No wait, sunglasses are on my helmet. This is so chaotic. I'm cycling up the hill. It doesn't even feel like a hill because I have the strongest legs in the world. Pulling into transition zone. There is a line. You cannot cross that line on your bike. Have to dismount. Pull over to the side again. The right hand side. Always the right hand side. Stay out on the left hand side. That's for the speed people. I'm gonna be on the left. Left hand side. Stop. Dismount. Go. Helmet still firmly on the head. Do not take the helmet off until the bike is wrapped. Run back. Mount bike. Helmet off. Cleat. Okay, cleats firmly down. We don't want to be putting time out. Cleats firmly down. Then, trainer 1, trainer 2. Cute hat, because at this point, my naturally curly hair will probably look like I put it in an air fryer. Hat on. Bib, belt on. And then we fucking go, because that is probably going to be the best part of the whole day. We just run. We just enjoy, we run, we have a good time. And that is the start of me becoming a world-class triathlete, guys. Okay team, it's not quite 8 p.m, but it is 7:30 p.m, so I'm gonna throw together dinner. I went out to the shops to get pasta and they've run out of chicken, so I've had to DoorDash some chicken. So I'm gonna be making a chicken, broccoli and spinach tomato pasta. So carbs, some veggies and some protein there. This is gonna be pretty protein heavy because I have not eaten much protein at all today. I think lunch was not very protein heavy, even though there was like sliced chicken in that sandwich. That was kind of it. And then around that I've had a bagel, 2 bananas, some Oreos over there. I haven't had a substantial amount of protein basically, so this is going to be a protein heavy dinner, but I'm going to pop the pasta onto boil now. Okay, that is chicken cooked. I chucked in some spinach and half a tin of chopped tomatoes, and then I've got my rigatoni and some broccoli in this pot here, and I'm just going to mix it all together. And here is a little close-up, just in case you wanted to see. So I've had my pasta, I'm just getting ready for bed. It's currently 8:30, so it is gonna be an early one, but I think I'm gonna figure out all my timings when I lay down to like close my eyes, but I'm thinking, just because of like having to eat an hour before, things like that, I think I'm gonna have to be up at like 4? I think 4 a.m. I'm gonna have to get up. God, I got burnt. How have I got burnt? I was literally in the sun for like 30 seconds. Oh my goodness. I just need to now focus on getting a good night's sleep and getting myself up in time to have all of my pre-race meals and put on some waterproof mascara. Good morning. Oh my goodness, okay, it's currently 20 past 4 a.m. Oh my goodness, how is it 20 past 4 a.m? Right, I'm gonna have my first drink of the day, which is gonna be 500 ml of water with an electrolyte tablet. Right, now let's go swap out the hair, then we'll come back and have breakfast. Oh my goodness. Oh. Today I'm going to be making 80 grams of oats. Okay, while they're cooking, I'm going to put my clothes on. I'm going to put some dairy milk on top. Perfect. This is meal 1 of the day. I have just thought this is where I bid you bye-byes. I am going to get as much footage as humanly possible of this triathlon. However, I can't take my phone with me. I had a really sad thought and I was like, you guys, like, whenever I do half marathons or marathons, like, you come with me for the whole way. And I feel like you guys are literally like my safety blankets and my friends throughout my races, because if I'm struggling, like, I can speak to you and I can let you know. If I'm feeling great, I can speak to you and I can let you know. And like, It's like a check-in system that I have with you guys. I'm not gonna have that through this, so this is gonna feel weird and I'm gonna miss you. This feels like a very emotional goodbye. I'm gonna miss you. Final words of positivity. I can do this. I am going to complete my first ever triathlon. Am I probably gonna find it challenging at times? Yes. However, it's gonna be tough, but I'm tougher and I can do hard things. And I've trained for this and I've prepared for this. And mentally, I am more than strong enough. Physically, I am more than capable. And I can't wait to let you guys know how I get on.
If you have not yet picked up your bib.
The sidewalk by the road. Only athletes with wristbands and bibs are allowed in the transition.
Guy was like, what transition area are you? So I was like, oh, like I think I'm wave 2. And he's like, oh, it's just over that way. And I was like, why did he look at me like that? Wave 2 is elite women. That was why he was confused, because I'm over here in my Birkenstocks, not looking very elite. And my Trader Joe's tote bag. Okay, I feel I may have been slightly dramatic because like this water looks so calm. Like it literally, I mean, it's not really the ocean, it's more of a harbour. I feel fine about it. Like, it's not even moving. Literally is like a lovely swimming pool. Okay, nerves instantly calmed for the swim.
Anyone need some snacks?
Shout out to all of our sponsors.
Do you know when I told you guys it was a floating start? We are literally going to be floating. I'll show you in the middle of the harbour, and then we swim. So this is where. That is where I'm going to be over there, and then swim.
We want to give a big shout out to all of our sponsors.
That's kind of wild. Okay guys, I'm about to head off, so I've got my swim cap and everything on, but I'll see you guys on the flip side. Hi. That was so hard.
You got it.
I was like on my back at one point, just like, I'm just gonna float my way to this.
Say good luck. Bye.
Holly Brooks, welcome in, and Zachariah House.
Guys, I did it. I just went to collect everything from the transition zone. I am wiped, I'm so tired, but I'm gonna pack my car up, get myself back to the Airbnb, get some food ordered, and then we will have a full debrief of everything that's just happened.
Hi guys, you might be wondering, what does one who has just completed their first ever triathlon do? Let me fill you in on what I've done since we last spoke. I drove back home, I ordered an iced coffee and a burrito. I drank a whole cold brew, iced coffee essentially, and then I had a nap. That is what I have done post doing my triathlon. Let's just rewind. I actually did it. I have completed my first ever triathlon. I completed a sprint triathlon today. I am still a little bit in disbelief, like it feels like a bit of a fever dream, maybe because it was fairly early in the morning. Also, chaotic is how I would describe a triathlon. Like, it just is fairly chaotic. There's a lot going on. But first thing I want to say is that was so fun, like so incredibly fun, so different and challenging, and really like made me push in ways that I've never pushed before. But looking back on it now, I'm like, wow, like what an incredible thing that I got to do this morning. And even when I was doing it, I was like, I'm completing a triathlon. I'm currently riding my bike around San Diego in California, and it is absolutely stunning, and I'm actually doing it. Let's go through the race as a whole, just so I can give you guys all of the details. I did manage to obviously get some footage that you would see. Let's be brutally honest about the swim. The swim was the hardest / weakest part of the triathlon for me, and going into it I knew that was going to be the case. I didn't go into it with that mindset. I went into it with the mindset of like, I'm just going to do as best as I can. It was a struggle for me. Open water swimming, and even if it was very calm open water swimming, is just so disorientating. In a swimming pool, you're just swimming straight and you have a line to follow. There are no lines on the bottom of the harbour. There is just darkness. Like, that was all I could see when I put my head down, was darkness. I really didn't settle for the whole swim. At no point did I feel like, okay, I'm in a rhythm now. And I feel like it really threw me off. I think I was kind of chopping and changing between doing front crawl and breaststroke to kind of see where I was, and then front crawl and breaststroke. And at one point I don't even know what I was doing. I was literally just doing like backstroke because I was just like, I just need to breathe. And I was like, the only way I think I can breathe properly is if I'm properly above water. So I was like, I'm just gonna go on my back for a while, which I know that you can't actually do in a lot of triathlons. So luckily you were able to do in this one. Then we transitioned onto the bikes. My transition time was like 2 minutes, which I don't think is too bad. I feel like I did it fairly quickly. I did get that wetsuit off pretty quick, and I didn't feel too awful coming out of the water and getting onto the bike. Some people say that your heart rate shoots up and you feel a bit all over the place. I actually felt okay. I got on the bike, I clipped into the bike literally straight away. That bike was a shock to my legs. The hills were hilling. Like there was some steep climbs in there. Just for a bit of context, I think the elevation of that bike ride was around, the elevation was 207. So that was my longest climb that I've ever had on Strava. And previous to that, my elevations have been around 11 to 20 in Santa Monica. So I have really not done much work cycling up hills. And I'm gonna be honest with you, cycling up the hills, yes, was challenging. However, I can dig. Like when it comes to it, I know I can dig deep, and I dug deep. Like I was putting like everything into those hills, and I feel like towards the end of it, I was like, these are tough, but like I've got them. I've kind of figured out how to like work them. What I struggle with on the bike, number one, is confidence. I really realized I need to go away and I need to work on my confidence on the bike hugely. I think it sounds silly, but from falling off, like that fall hurt so much, and like the way I hit the ground just shook me. And I just feel like I've never really gotten over that. Even though I got back on the bike and I was fine, I'm still very timid, even to like move my hands. Like I could see people were like getting their water bottles out, drinking water, and I was like, I daren't take my arms off these handlebars because I will go flying. Like that is what I'm telling myself the whole time. Even the way I hold the bike and the way I sit on the bike, I just don't feel like I've got it. I feel like I kind of need to work on like my bike technique. I'm also very timid going downhill. So with a climb, you have to come down. That is the point where you make up the time. Was I making up any time? No, because I was pumping up my little brakes because I was too scared to go too quick. So I think I lost a lot of time on the cycle just with not being super confident. Then we got back, transitioned, hit the run. That was the hottest 5 kilometers I've ever done. The sun was just beating down, but I put everything into it. It wasn't my fastest 5K, which is fine because I had just done my hilliest cycle. Like I can't expect to come off the back of that and be like flying. But I overall feel like I learned so much from that. Like I have come away from it, and I am really proud of myself, and I'm gonna give myself a moment to just be proud of myself, because I know I often kind of start to pick things apart and say like, okay, well, we'll work on this next time. It's like, no, sit in the achievement. So I'm gonna sit in my achievement, but I have also taken my lessons away, and I definitely don't see that being the last triathlon that I've ever done. I feel like the whole day was just so fun. I met really great people. Everybody was so friendly. It's just like a whole different ball game and a whole different event, but it has definitely wiped me out now. So I probably am gonna sign off here and just say I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for the love and support on the triathlon journey. Like you guys have been, number one, so helpful with your tips, but number two, just so supportive of me, and you guys really keep me going when I set myself these challenges. So time to rest up, recuperate, and then I'll come back next week letting you know with what I'm gonna be getting up to next. I'm gonna need a week to sleep first, and then we'll reconvene and decide. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next Sunday.